Maha Cartoon TV.
Haunted Hospital. There lived a girl named Ruby in a city. Ruby was pursuing medical, and in some time, she started to work as an intern in a hospital near her. And this made Ruby and her family really happy about it. And the particular reason for this circumstance was that Ruby had gotten the night shift. And so, she joined the hospital from the very next night onwards. And as she joined the hospital, she understood her duties well. It went like this for quite some time. But one day, she heard her colleagues talk about something, and that made her interested in the conversation. Hey, do you know that nobody visits the basement?
And why so?
Actually people say that some patient took his life there, and after that they locked the basement. Because since that day, his soul is wandering there only.
Nothing like this exists in reality.
Oh, so tell me, why have they locked the doors to the basement if nothing like this exists?
It's okay, we'll just go downstairs.
No way! I won't even go that side. You are talking about going to the basement?
It's okay, no issues. Ruby, I'll go with you downstairs.
Hearing this, Ruby got really thrilled that now she has a company to visit the basement. And she thanked Rohit. Just when Rohit said,
Ruby, we have planned to go and see what's in the basement. But how would we go there? It's locked and we don't even have its keys.
Listening to this, Ruby got disheartened because she didn't know where the key was. Just when Neha said,
Listen, the keys are with the guard.
Thank you, Neha. But please don't tell anyone that we're going to the basement to find out the reality.
Oh no, I won't, because even I feel accompanying you now.
Really?
Yes. Now let's move quickly. The guard is taking a tour of the hospital right now, and hence, this is the right chance to get the keys from his table.
Listening to this, all three of them headed towards the guard's table to get the keys, and very carefully took the keys from his table and immediately left from there, and quickly moved towards the basements downstairs and unlocked the basement. And as they opened the door, all of them felt as if air was blowing in their direction, which left everyone bewildered. Just then, Ruby said,
Oh God, where is this air coming from?
Oh yes, you are absolutely right, dude.
Guys, it's a basement. There will be flow of air for ventilation. Girls, I tell you, always finding something to be scared. Huh?
Even after Rohit had given a good counter, this thing had stuck in Ruby's head. That how can the flow of air be like a storm in the basement? But they anyway moved ahead. The basement was dark, and somehow they managed to sneak into a room in the basement. And as they went inside that room, they saw that the ceiling light there was flickering, and they could hear some strange voice there, as if someone was roaring. Just when Ruby looked into a mirror, where she saw a creepy reflection of a man hanging with a rope. And on seeing this, Ruby screamed,
Ah! Guys, run from here! Just run!
And hearing Ruby scream like this, Rohit and Neha got really scared. Neha asked Ruby,
What's wrong, Ruby? Why did you scream so much?
I saw a reflection in the mirror of a man who was hanging from the ceiling fan.
Neha and Rohit heard this. They looked at the mirror, but they couldn't see anyone there. And then Rohit said,
Really? But we can't see anything.
Yes, Ruby. I think you are hallucinating. And besides, even the lights are flickering here. So I guess you are just hallucinating.
And saying this, all three of them started to look all around the room. Just when light in the room got turned off. And as it got dark, Neha switched her torch on. And as they switched on the torch, they saw a shadow which went past them. And on seeing this, all of them got really scared. And with that, they heard someone scream. And before they contemplated anything, the room got lit up once again. when the light came back, they looked around for Ruby. She was nowhere to be seen. Seeing this, Rohit and Neha got bewildered and started to look all around them. And then they saw that a shadow was dragging Ruby out of the room. And seeing this, both of them moved towards her.
Ruby, don't you worry. We are here for you.
And as they tried to go and help Ruby, the door got shut on its own. And Ruby kept screaming for help.
Ah! Please help me, guys. I don't know who's dragging me, but save me.
Rohit, what do we do now? The door isn't opening up. Now how would we help Ruby? Tell me.
Neha and Rohit both got locked in the room there. And on the other hand, Ruby was outside the room somewhere. And slowly, even her voice started to faint. It was coming from the corridor. Just when the door of the room got unlocked, and both of them immediately ran to look out for Ruby. Ruby was nowhere to be found. Just when both of them heard Ruby's voice once again.
Neha! Rohit! Please help me, I'm in the room!
On listening to this, Neha and Rohit once again headed towards the room. And both of them saw that Ruby was in the clutches of an extremely terrifying and dangerous looking man. And on seeing him, both of them were trembling with fear. After which, that creepy looking man said,
You wanted to know if somebody stays here or not, right? Now, how do you feel after meeting me?
Please, forgive us. We know we have made a huge mistake. Please let our friend go.
I have been here all by myself for so many years. Now I also need someone to entertain me. So first, I'm gonna kill your friend, then both of you.
Look, we know we shouldn't have messed up. And come here. Please spare us. Let us all go, please.
What do you think? I am mad that I let my prey spill from my hands? Just like that. Now, no one from you will be spared.
on one hand, all three of them had gotten stuck in the trap of the ghost. And on the other hand, the guard had figured out that the keys to the basement's lock were missing. And after that, without wasting any more time, the guard called a saint and took him to the basement. And thankfully, the saints reached the basement in time. And as they saw the saint there, all of them got confused. Just when the ghost said,
"You have come back, huh? You want to capture me again, don't you? But this time you won't be able to capture me."
This time, I would capture you in such a way that you won't be able to return.
And saying this, the saint chanted certain spells. And as he was chanting the spells, the ghost turned into smoke and captured into glass bottle that the saint was holding. Seeing this, everyone in the basement took a sigh of relief. After which, the guard said,
"Listen, kids, when your elders ask you not to get involved in something, you should just listen to them because they have a reason behind it. You know that it was a troublesome coming here, right? Had I not figured out this in time, the ghost would have captured the entire hospital, and God knows what would have happened after that. Thank God I figured out and called the saint before this. He had only captured the ghost because he knew his strengths and weaknesses."
Listening to this, all three of them apologized to the guard for their interference, and everyone went out from the basement. And from that day onwards, none of them made mockery of such talks. Rather, they concentrated on their respective medical practice and excelled it.
If you enjoyed this video, do like, share and comment, and to be the first person to watch our videos, make sure to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for timely notifications.